What's up guys, Josiah LaRue here. So today we're going to be doing an unboxing and first look at the OnePlus One. So yeah, today we're going to be doing an unboxing and first look at the OnePlus One. An amazing phone that I talked about here, which I was really excited about. I was really excited about the specs and the potential that this phone had, being as they pack so much hardware and software and customization into a phone for so cheap. Like, they're undercutting all the competition right now. But as soon as they released it, everyone wanted it. So the demand was huge, but their actual supply was very, very low. So they were doing things like raffling off invites or special contests, all of it just so you could get an invite or the ability to buy one. Not that they would give one away, just the ability to even buy one. So that shows you how much demand there is for this product. Well, a couple weeks ago, they had another contest where for about an hour they blitzed it, and if you managed to get in that time, you could get an invite. Well, I managed to get one, and I purchased the OnePlus One 64 gig in sandstone black. And let me just say, this phone is pretty freaking awesome. So let's take an unboxing and then let's look at what makes this phone so special. So today we're going to be unboxing the OnePlus One 64 gig model. So here it is in all its glory. Let's open her up. Voila. There we go. There's that beautiful retail packaging. Let's put that aside. And here we go. Pull the tab. It slides out. Open her up. And there's the phone. Pull this. So there's the phone attached in that. Comes with a little fob. Not sure what that is yet. Ah, it's the SIM remover. So you pull that out and you can eject your SIM. Neat. Also have a nice red and white micro USB cable. Very slim and sexy and pretty cool. And finally, let's look at the phone. So just picking it up. I like the matte black on the back. Not only does it look good, it feels really nice too. Synergy mod, OnePlus. And there it is. Very cool, very cool. And the other thing that came in the package is the charger. So slide it like so. Boy, that's stiff. There we go. And there's the OnePlus charger. It's got a 1 USB 12 volt, 5 volt or 2 amp output. So yeah, there you go. You could even charge your tablet off that. Pretty cool. So here we're at the loading screen. You can select English. Next. Next, you sign into your email for your Google account and then sign up to your Wi-Fi so that you can connect. Then we'll go next. We'll just skip the SIM card because we're not setting up one right now. On-screen keys, yes. And next. It is Central Time. And hooray! Finalizing setup. And there we go. Synergy mod on the new OnePlus One. Actually quite beautiful. So another interesting feature is that you don't actually have to hit the power button. You just double tap on the screen, swipe down, and it automatically unlocks. Pretty sweet. Not that I'd probably use this just for security reasons, but for those who don't really care about their security, it's a lot easier way to unlock your phone. So another nifty feature. If we go into the settings menu, it really does offer a lot of customization. You can change your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, your wireless networks. This phone does have NFC as well. You can change the way you have your security on your lock screen as well as what it displays. You can change how you unlock the phone, whether it's via the home button or tapping on the phone. You can change which widgets are on the front. Themes offer a ton of different customization. You can download different themes from the store as well as change themes. I'm changing this one to Crimson Cobalt, a very nice little red skin. I like it very much. You can change the interface like the status bar, showing the clock, the battery percentile, notifications, and a whole lot more. You see here, if you tap on the status bar up at the top, it actually locks the phone. Then if you double tap again on the entire front screen, it'll wake the phone up, slide down, and the phone unlocks. Pretty cool. You can see what apps are used in the battery, which is pretty awesome. Something that iOS just started doing as well. It does have NFC, so you can use this where NFC is enabled in your local retail stores. It does have a task manager, so you can see all the programs that are installed as well as all those that are running currently and how much memory and storage they're using. Overall, just a lot of customization that this phone has. Now let's go to the Play Store. I'm going to install Twitter here. As you can see in the upper, so you can see here in the taskbar, it's loading. And boom, it is finished. Welcome to Twitter. I'm going to put in my information here. Signing in. And boom, I have Twitter on my phone. Google also does folders as well, similar to iOS. You can just drag several applications in on top of each other and it creates a folder. This one is a Google, so it has all the Google apps. Here's the phone app where you can do dialing, import new contacts, make calls, settings, etc. Because I don't have a SIM on it right now, I can't actually dial the phone, but there's the phone. Also, Messenger is very similar to pretty much any other Android or Google messaging service. I mean, you can attach all sorts of different things. Send your text message. Again, because I have no SIM, it will not send, but if you do have a SIM, basic Android messaging. So here is Chrome for Android, pretty much the same for iOS or the desktop. Automatically syncs over all the tabs that I have on my phone. Recently closed, my history, new tab, incognito, pretty much the same as the desktop, only on mobile. Now let's open up the camera. So, camera opens up. The camera in this phone actually has a lot of different customization and functionality. You can do panoramas, still shots, and videos right off the front interface of the camera without doing anything. You can also customize a lot of different stuff. You can change how the front screen's look by double tapping in the middle in between the different icon stacks. That opens up the settings for this, and you can change things like how the different pages rotate, whether it's cubed or scaled. You can choose which different widgets you want on the front of your screen just simply by dragging them in. You can also set the wallpaper. Cool thing about this phone is it actually has live wallpaper, just like iOS, in that it's kind of parallaxy and moving in the background. So kind of cool. From here you can also go in and browse the themes showcased inside the Google Store and download all sorts of different new theme packs which completely change the way that your phone looks and interacts. So pretty cool. Sound also is pretty cool. You can actually live change it has a whole bunch of different EQ presets, and you can actually change it. You can change boost, bass, and artificial surround sound. You can change how it reverbs or how it supposedly sounds, like whether it's in a large room or a hall or whatever. So just a lot of different customization for the sound. And even though it doesn't have front-facing speakers, the two speakers on the bottom do actually pump out a fairly good bit of high-quality sound. I was actually pretty impressed. So this phone, like most Android phones, has the Google Now cards and everything. So simply tap on the Google icon and it pulls up the search, but then you can start swiping down. It'll show you show times today, the football game which was going on at that point, books that they recommend, news based on what I like to look at, the local weather, and you can add other cards as well based on different events that you want to do. If you're driving somewhere, you can pull up how you get around. You can set sports and stocks and places, TVs and videos that you like to watch. All sorts of different things. This phone, if you tell it what you want it to do, can certainly pull up a lot about you. And it also, being as it is Google, kind of tracks what you do on Google services, and then based on that, suggests things for you. And overall, it's pretty accurate. If you simply tap on the clock right at the front, it actually brings up a stopwatch, a timer, your alarms. So that's how you open up the clock program right there. Pretty easy. Also, if you tap on the weather widget, it automatically pulls up weather. Pretty dang awesome. On the front lock screen, you can see the battery percentage, the weather, the current time. You can also pull over from the left and open up your camera interface right from the lock screen. If you swipe down from the status bar at the top, you can see your cards as well as the different settings and customizations that you can do. If you tap on the upper right hand corner, you can see brightness, settings, wireless, turn your flashlight on and off, see your battery, set airplane mode, and just a lot of different customizations right from that swipe down screen. One cool thing about this is that if you are putting an app on the home screen, while moving around on the home screen, it'll pull up an About Info. If you drag the icon over the About Info, it'll pull up the app itself, and you can change things like showing notification, enabling privacy, stopping it, disabling it. You can see how much data it's used as cache, how it launches, the different permissions. So you can really see at a glance exactly what this app does without having to dig all the way down in settings and see all this. Another area which I think Android does kind of excel over iOS in the way that you can control individual apps. iOS makes it simpler, but they don't allow you to have so much control that Android does. So it's kind of a toss-up. So what are my thoughts on the OnePlus One? Great phone. I actually really like it. At first I thought it would be kind of big, and to me it kind of is, but I think it's the way that the cell phones are transitioning, so I think that is something that people are going to have to get used to. I think the average phone from here on out is probably going to be 5 inches and up, but I think that a lot of people want to enjoy content on their phone, and for that they want the larger screen, so I think 5 inches and up is going to be the standard. This cell phone is 5.5. It's a little bit big, but I do like it. The back has a texturing that OnePlus One calls sandstone, and I actually kind of like it. It feels almost like slightly less rough skateboard tape on the back of their phone, so it provides a nice grip to it. And without it, I think it would actually be a little bit more slippery and prone to dropping. The corners are a little bit squared, so you have a little bit more grip there, but the back is very rounded and kind of smooth. So I definitely think that the inclusion of the grip was actually a good idea. The camera is nice. It's a little bit awkward. It's like put right at the top in the middle, as you saw when I was unboxing it, and it was a little bit awkward for me because oftentimes I'm holding my phone like this. I'm used to having it up in the corner or down in this corner, so I put my hands in the middle to stabilize, and I found myself covering the lens. I'm sure I'd teach myself to stop doing that if I use the phone a lot, but it was just a little bit awkward. I guess it's designed more for taking portraits, but being as everybody does landscape photos anyway, because if you try taking a portrait and then posting it, and a lot of things it letterboxes it, landscape is the way to go. So why they put a camera right up at the top, I don't know. But that was really my only complaint. Overall, a really good phone. The battery life is really great, lasts a pretty long time, particularly if you're not heavily using it with like media content or whatever. Being as I didn't have a SIM, I was not able to place calls on it, but from what I've reviewed, it makes pretty decent calls, and from the sound output at least, it sounds very nice. I played some music over it. You can definitely change the EQs, but even just on flat standard, pretty punchy, pretty nice. Not astounding in any way, but very solid, and I do like that it has dual speakers as opposed to my iPhone's one. Why, Apple, why? Anyways, yeah, overall a very good phone. I definitely recommend people picking one up. In a few weeks, I am going to be posting a review video about my friend and his thoughts and comments on the phone. He actually has been using it for a while now and is going to continue using it, and then I'm going to interview him and see what he likes about the phones, his complaints, his appreciations of it, and just see what a daily user thinks of using this phone. So yeah, that was my unboxing and first look at the OnePlus One. Overall, I think it's a really great phone. If you are into Android, this is really the phone for you. It's stock Android, but in a way that is customizable to exactly the way that you want it. You can skin it 50 ways from Sunday. You can customize exactly where all the buttons are, whether you want to use the dedicated hardware buttons or the soft buttons on the screen. You can change ringtones, how you unlock the phone. Just the ways to make this phone unique to you is almost limitless. And it also packs in tons of great hardware and great software with updates coming soon for it. Overall, if you're an Android fan, this is definitely a phone you should consider taking a look at. If you can get your hands on one, I would definitely recommend it, because not only will you have bought a 64 gig phone off contract, so you won't ever have to worry about contract fees, just your monthly cell phone bill, but then you have a phone that you can take with you to any other carrier, and it's still a rock solid piece of hardware. Personally, I didn't end up keeping the OnePlus One. I ended up selling it to a friend who was looking for a phone. I'm still going to continue using my iPhone. And as I mentioned in previous videos, I am going to be buying the iPhone 6 this December. But for those who like Android, like him, it's a great phone. And I think it's going to fit people who are already in the Android ecosystem very well. Not only you can bring over all your apps, all your music, and everything else. Great hardware. I definitely recommend the OnePlus One. So if you can get your hand on one, go check it out. Or if you know someone who can, just ask them to let you play with it a little bit, and I think you'll definitely fall in love with this phone. So yeah, guys, that's all for today. Let me know in the comment box down below, what do you think of the OnePlus One? What do you think about the hardware, the software, its customization? If you could get one, would you buy one? Let me know. I'd love to read your comments. As always, guys, thanks for watching. You can check out last week's video over here and what I talked about right here. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!